Hi, my name's Glenn. This is Karen, my wife, and this is our bus. Making a little more progress on the bus here. As you can see, I pretty much got it cleaned out. Or, I mean, not cleaned out, but I've got the racks all down off the sides. And I still got the back seat area to take out here. It's kind of strange because the wiring on the driver's side of the bus is different than the wiring on the passenger side of the bus. The driver's side has these extra wires coming out here that appear to be connected to the ones up here. They're the same type of wire, so I'm thinking that they're just going into the ceiling, coming back out here, but I can check that with the continuity tester. Also, this side of the bus has this blue wire here, this blue wire right here going along that went to some kind of a device in the stainless steel duct that was here, and I'm not sure what that was all about. But for some reason, the other side of the bus didn't have that. So I understand that there was some kind of a PA system in here. Maybe it went to a PA system that you could hear from that side. Either way, I have no idea. But one thing about it is I'm saving all of this wire here, all these wiring harnesses, because now I'm actually having a problem with the bus. So the other day I got in here and I fired up the bus. I figured, well, it's been a couple weeks since I started it, so I better fire it up to see how things are doing. And I was a little apprehensive about it. It's almost like I knew deep down inside that there could be a problem with all the wires that I've been taking out. It's just a good idea to check it now and then. I wish I would have checked it more often. But now I don't have any throttle. The bus will start, but I don't have any throttle. It's like there's no throttle at all. The pedal goes up and down, but it doesn't do anything. And then my high idle doesn't work. And my transmission will not shift. So on this particular model of bus, when the bus is running, the neutral is showing, or this indicator here shows neutral. And then to get it into drive or reverse, you push the brake pedal all the way to the floor, and then you can hit the drive. And if it's allowing you to shift, or if it's in drive properly, it'll have a solid D here. But if it's flashing, then you didn't do something right. So, and I've learned that you have to push that brake pedal all the way to the floor for it to work. But even now, I push it all the way to the floor and it will not stop flashing in drive or reverse. So that means there's something wrong. So what I did, and then also on my dash here, I would have a indicator light here that said network failure and a wheelchair lift door open, WDL door open. So I was able to fix the problem with the network failure by taking this bunch of wires here, or these boxes, and connecting them back up. So I had these two gray wires coming out of the ceiling, and they obviously plugged into these two boxes here. So the one wire goes into one box, and then it goes from one box to the other box, and then back from that box back to the ceiling, the best that I can tell anyway. So once I plugged all this back in, and the reason I have this all bolted up the way it is because, you know, these are grounded to its backing, so I had to connect this to ground this. This has ground wires on it, so I went ahead and attached it to the wall here temporary, just leave it hanging here. so I can figure out what's wrong. So once I connected these boxes back up, the network failure light went off, but I still have the wheelchair lift door indicator, which I believe is preventing me from having throttle or shifting of the bus. The motor fires up fine, it airs up fine, the air bags and everything air up fine, the brakes seem to work, the temperature goes up, the alternator's charging and all that, but I can't operate the bus. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking these wires here and reconnect them. I've got these harnesses here that came off. I'm going to reconnect all these wires back on and then try to go through the process of elimination to figure out what happened. So I believe what is the case is that sometime in the past, because this wheelchair lift hasn't been used for like 10 years, the sensors aren't even hooked up and they weren't even hooked up. So I'm thinking that some of these wires here have these caps on the end where I believe that some of those features have been disabled or bypassed. So I'm hoping when I connect things back up and connect these back up that maybe things will go back to normal, I hope. Anyway, so that's going to be my video today. I bought a whole bunch of wire splices, and I'm going to see if I can set it up either in here or in the shop and splice those wires back together and see if I can get the bus to function again. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so to finish up this video on the problem that I'm having with the wiring, I'm not having very much luck trying to figure out the way this wheelchair door was wired in. This, of course, continued on into the other bay, and that doesn't go to anything except for local stuff. Doesn't go to the engine or anything like that. There's a sensor here that I guess shows that the door is open. There's one here that shows that the door is shut. This wire here is cut off. I don't know where it went. I'm not sure even what connects to these. I've connected these up here and tried different things where this goes through the floor. And then I also have this wire here that connected to this device here that would be contacts for the door. When the door is shut, it would contact this. And so I've bypassed that. Well, I haven't bypassed it since I redid the wiring, but so I still have yet to try a couple of things. But anyway, so this wire, I hung this wire up just kind of temporary, pretty much where it was. And this here conglomeration is where I've spliced things back together. So I put a whole bunch of splices in here, about 25 splices here, about 25 splices here. I was able to re-establish this connection here, this coupler, and then I re-spliced all these, about 15 or 20 wires in each one of those, re-establish all three of these plugs, which in turn, these wires go up into the ceiling of the bus. Of course, these gray wires here, they come out and they go into these modules, whatever they are, and those are all connected back up. I've connected this back up. Anyway, this is all connected back up pretty much the way it was, with the exception of a few things. These just went to the lights. You know, some of this stuff's pretty obvious that it doesn't have anything to do with the operation of the throttle and stuff like that from the wheelchair door. But my efforts in re-splicing all this stuff has not worked. I still don't have any throttle. I still don't have any high idle, and I still don't have the ability to shift the bus. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on it. The main thing now is the light on the dash says wheelchair lift door open, WCL door open. And so this is the wheelchair door. There's probably just some simple thing with this that I need to figure out, and so I'm still working on that. In the meantime, I'm going to be cleaning up this aluminum here that I've got here, that I've got outside here. I've got this stuff here outside. I'm going to be cleaning and getting it ready to haul away, and that'll be my next video. And so I have a lot yet to clean. I went ahead and removed the seats off the back wall. They're just sitting here along this wall here. I removed that. One of the roof panels, I've taken one of the roof panels down right here. And it's kind of discouraging to see things like this, big gaps in the insulation and stuff. And anyway, so that's obviously I'll be re-insulating this whole thing anyway, and so I guess it really doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's the video for today. Once I get this wiring problem figured out, I'll do another follow-up video on that to show people. Matter of fact, in the bus conversion board online, in the forum, one of the people had mentioned how they had paid somebody to come in and tear down all of these upper racks, and they had chopped all the wiring out, I guess similar to what I did, although I didn't really chop it out, and I didn't chop it out and throw it away. I saved it and I unplugged what I could and stuff like that. So now I've got it restored. But anyway, so if you're going to do one of these buses, just be very careful about what wiring you remove. It looks like it doesn't go to anything. It probably does go to something. So just be careful with that, and hopefully I'll get the same fix and I'll make that follow-up video at that time. Thanks for watching.